Hello dear students, once again welcome back to our channel. In this video we are continuing solving of sample question paper, standard question paper issued by CBSE board of this year. Okay, so we already have solved 5 problems in the previous video. Now we are going to solve the remaining problems. Okay, the 6th question we already have solved in the part 2 of triangles MCQ. So please do watch that video so that you can easily get that answer from that video. That question is so important. Okay, now we are going to start with the 7th problem. Here the question comes, if 2 sine square beta minus cos square beta equal to 2, then beta is the angle measurement. Okay, see, as usual we have given 4 options. Okay, see here 2 sine square beta minus cos square beta equal to 2. See, both the terms different ratio. So first thing is, children, first step you can represent, instead of cos square theta, you can represent cos square theta in sine square theta or sine square theta in cos square theta. Our aim is to make both the terms in the LHS of same kind, same ratio. Okay, and for that we will get that result from the first identity, that is sine square beta plus cos square beta equal to 1. Okay, so here I am going to substitute for cos square in terms of sine square theta. Okay, and for that you can write cos square theta, here theta, that angle measurement is beta. So cos square beta equal to 1 minus sine square beta. And there is no change for the first term. So the LHS become 2 sine square beta minus, here what is that, 1 minus sine square theta. Since it has more than one term, you have to keep that in bracket. 1 minus sine square beta. We express cos square beta in terms of sine square beta from first identity, and that can be equated to 2. RHS is 2. Now open the bracket by multiplying with the minus sign. So no change for the first term. So 2 sine square beta minus 1, minus into minus become plus, sine square beta equal to 2. See children, now 2 sine square beta and sine square beta, that means they are like terms. You can add together. 2 is a coefficient, here sine square beta coefficient is 1. So 3 sine square beta, see 3 sine square beta equal to constant minus 1 come to RHS plus 1. 2 is already there. So 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. That is 3 sine square beta equal to 3. Okay, I am going to keep only sine square theta, sine square beta in LHS, that is implies sine square beta equal to 3 divided by 3 equal to 1. Which means sine square beta equal to 1 implies sine theta itself, sine beta equal to 1. Sine beta equal to 1. Okay, what is the value equivalent to 1 in sine table? That is 0, sine 0 is 0, sine 30 1 by 2, sine 45 1 by root 2, sine 60 root 3 by 2, and sine 90 is 1. So that means you can replace this 1 in terms of sine, that is sine 90 is 1. Okay, that means this is equal to sine 90. That means here we have sine beta equal to sine 90. That means beta takes the value of 90 degree. Here that is the second option. Okay, this type of question can be expected for this coming board examination. Okay, now we are moving to the 8th question. Now the 8th question, prime factors of the denominator of a rational number with a decimal expansion 44.123 are. That means we should get the equivalent fractional form or rational form of this decimal expansion, that is 44.123. You have to first express this in P by Q form. That means here Q represents the denominator, and what is asked, we have to find out the prime factors of the denominator. Okay, that means we have to express this in P by Q form. That how that can be written, children? And that is easily you can write by looking at the number of decimal places of this decimal expansion, and that is 3. Okay, so that denominator will be a power of 10 with 3 0 along with 1, that is 1000. Okay, idea is clear, children. Number of zeros and number of decimal places will be same, and in the numerator you can write this number without decimal point. Okay, that is 44.123. This is the equivalent rational number or P by Q form of this decimal expansion. And what can be the prime factors of the denominator? Okay, for that we know that in 10, this 1000 is a power of 10, and we know that 10, that prime factors are 2 and 5. And in 100, number of 0, 2, and then power of 2 is 2, and 5, its power is 2. See children, the only prime factors occurs in the power of 10 is 2 and 5, only 2 and 5. Okay, or you can say that a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates, its denominator has only prime factors, and they are 2 and 5. Okay, and for that you can write this is simply 2 and 5. That is very evident. A rational number whose decimal expansion terminates. Okay, its prime factors includes only 2 and 5. Okay, here here in this case it will be 2 cube into 5 cube, but we need only its prime factors, that is 2 and 5. No other prime factors occurs. If any prime factors other than 2 and 5, it will not terminate. It will have non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. Okay, that is the idea. And the second one, that is 9th question, the lines x equal to a and y equal to b are. Okay, how this lines of, okay, lines means the graph of x equal to a and y equal to b. The options are intersecting, parallel, overlapping means coincident, and none of this. Okay, first of all we can draw the graph of x equal to a. For that we have the x axis and y axis. And if x is equal to a, the graph of x is equal to a is a constant, is always parallel to y axis, that we have learned. Okay, that means this is y axis, okay, y dash and x dash. Okay, so x equal to a, its graph is parallel to y axis. Okay, so that you can draw a line parallel to y axis. And y equal to b and a are the constants. Okay, and its graph is parallel to x axis. Okay, so I am going to draw a line parallel to this. See children, both the lines intersecting. They get intersected at this point. So which option is correct? First option. The graph of x is equal to a and y equal to b will intersect each other. Now the 10th question. The distance of the point a of -5, 6 from the origin. Okay, we know that one formula. In order to get the distance of any point from the origin, that is root of x square plus y square. Okay, that distance, that if O is represent the origin and A is the given point, so OA is the distance. So, okay, this is what I meant. This is the origin, and since this is -5 comes in the negative x-axis. Okay, so suppose this is -5 and 6, and this is A, and this is the distance. Okay, so OA you can easily get by the formula, that is root of x square plus y square. Here x and y are the x coordinate and y coordinate of the point A. Okay, and here x square will be 25, 5 square is 25, and y square is 6 is y, and its square is 36. So root 25 plus 36 is root 61. 61 is not a square number. Okay, that option you can see here in D, last option. It is clear, and if you don't know that formula, you just mark that point and draw the perpendiculars towards x-axis. Okay, and now you can see that it forms a right triangle, and this is the distance from that x value is -5, and this is 6. And you can apply the Pythagoras theorem so that you can easily calculate the distance of that point from the origin, that is OA. Okay, now move to the 11th question. If a square equal to 23 by 25, then a square is equal to 23 by 25. So in order to get a, take the square root. That means square root of 23 by 25, root of a by b fraction comes, split the square root, numerators for numerator and the denominator. Root 25 is 5. Okay, root 23 divided by root 25, and that is 5. So root 23 is a prime number. If p is prime, root p is irrational. Okay, here 23 is a prime number, so it's the square root. Root 23 is an irrational number. That is a result, and we know that the quotient of an irrational number with a rational number 5 is a rational number, it's an integer. All integers are rational numbers. So their result, their quotient to root 23 divided by 5 is always an irrational number. That is second option. Okay, that is the 11th question. Now the 12th question. If LCM of x and 18 equal to 36, HCF of x and 18 equal to 2, then x is, what is the value of x? Okay, this type of question also can be expected. Here children, this is a question from first lesson. Okay, and there we have learned the LCM into HCF of two numbers is equal to product of numbers. Okay, that means here LCM and HCF are given. Okay, we have to find out x. Okay, that means product of two numbers, that is two numbers are, let it be x and 18. It's their product will be equal to HCF of x18 and LCM of x comma 18. That is given as 36 into 2, and we need to get x is equal to 36 into 2 divided by 18 come to in the denominator. 18 its double is 36. Okay, so 18 in 36, 2 times 2 into 2 equal to 4. That is clear. Now we are moving to the 13th question. In triangle ABC, right angled at B, then and tan A equal to root 3. Then cos A cos C minus sin A sin C. So we have a right triangle ABC, right angled at B means angle B equal to 90 degree. And here what is given? Tan A equal to root 3. What is the equivalent expression of root 3? Okay, in terms of tan, that is tan 60. Okay, so you can write, we know that tan A and this A and C are acute angles. Okay, so tan A equal to root 3 means angle A equal to 60 degree. This is equal to 60 degree. And what will be this remaining acute angle? 30 degree. Altogether is 180 degree, right? 90 and this 90 will give you 180 degree. Or you can express this as root 3 by 1. That is opposite side by adjacent side, and by using Pythagoras theorem you can get the third side. Both way you can get it, and I think this would be the easiest method. So we have now tan 60 and 60 degree and 30 degree for the acute angles, and now we can write down what is cos A. Okay, that is cos 60, right? So cos 60 equal to cos 60 into cos C, angle C is 30 degree, cos 30 degree minus sin A, sin 60 degree, okay, and sin 30 degree. Okay, so this is equal to, okay, I just substituted A for 60 degree and the value of C as 30 degree, because here tan 60 is root 3. It is clear, children? So what is cos 60? What is the value of cos 60? Cos 60 by applying complementary relation, that is equal to sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 into cos 30 sin 60, and that is root 3 by 2 minus sin 60 is root 3 by 2 into sin 30 is 1 by 2. That is 1 by 2 into root 3 by 2, 1 by 2 into root 3 by 2. One is plus, another one is negative. So both get cancelled. Or if you want to multiply root 3 divided by 2 2s are 4 minus root 3 divided by 2 2s are 4. That is root 3 by 4 and minus root 3 by 4 get cancelled. So the answer is 0. 0, that is B is the correct option. Okay, and for the 12th question here x is equal to 4, that is C is the correct option. Okay, so this type of question definitely by the application of the values, that is trigonometric table, you can definitely expect a question, children. Okay, so don't forget to learn the values. Now the 14th question. If the angles of a triangle ABC are in the ratio 1:1:2, the largest angle being angle C, then the value of CK divided by cosec B minus tan A divided by cot B. Okay, so we are going to find out what is the measurement of angle A and angle B. Here, because angle C is the biggest angle, that means angle C takes 90 degree. Okay, so if in a right triangle A, B, C, because angle C is 90 degree, because other two angles will be acute angle. So angle A and angle B, if this is 90 degree, okay, these two angles are equal, first and second angle are equal, that means that angle A and angle will be 45, they are equal, 1:1. Okay, that means angle A is 45, angle B also 45 and angle C is 90 degree, because trigonometry, so angle C definitely 90 degree right triangle. Okay, so we have to find out what is CK. That means sec here, what is the measure of angle A? Angle A and angle B both are same, 45 degree. So sec 45, sec A means sec 45, because the measure of angle A is 45 degree, because the ratio is given as 1:1:2. That means the double of angle A and angle B is angle C. Understood? So sec 45 and cosec 45 both are √2, the reciprocal of sin 45, that is 1/√2, its reciprocal is √2. Okay, that means sec 45 is equal to sec 45 divided by, here A and B you can write 45, here also 45, here also 45 and B also 45. So sec 45 √2 divided by cosec 45 also √2 minus tan 45 and cot 45, because tan its complement is cot. Okay, and 45 both having the same value, that is 1. So 1/1 and √2 1. So 1/1 is 1 minus 1, that is equal to 0. That is the first option is the correct one. Okay, the only little bit difficult area is 1:1:2 means that angle A and angle B, triangle ABC. So angle A is that ratio is 1 and B is 1, and the ratio of that in terms of angle measure, that BC is 2, that is twice the angle A and angle B. That is why this 90 and these two equal to 45 degree. So that you can substitute the value of sec 45, cosec 45 and tan 45 and cot 45. So you will get 0 is the answer. Now the 15th question. The number of revolutions made by a circular wheel of radius 0.5 meter in rolling a distance of 176 meter. That means number of revolutions. We have formula, number of revolution equal to total distance covered divided by circumference of the wheel. That is the idea in order to get the number of revolution. That means circumference of the wheel, here wheel is being a, what is it, circular, that means, and it's the perimeter, circumference is perimeter, that is 2 pi r, and that is equal, distance is 176, that is given, and 2 pi r, 2 into pi, that is 22 by 7, 20, or if pi comes in the denominator, I told you have to multiply with 7 by 22, okay, 7 by 22, okay, and r. What is radius? 0.7. Okay, now the very simple calculation. Okay, so 7, here see one very important thing, here the denominator is a decimal number. So first of all we have to convert that is a number, that is a natural number, by multiplying with the 10. So this will be 7, and here I am going to multiply 7 with 10, so 70. Okay, so 7 in 70, 10 times. Okay, and 2 in here 10, 5 times. So you can multiply, that is 176 into 5 divided by 22. Okay, before that children, here 22 and 7, 176. Let us see, it is divisible by 11, because 22, 33, 44, we know that they are the multiple of 11. If this also multiple of 11, you can easily calculate this value. So 17, 11 in 17, 1 time 11. Okay, remainder is 6, right? Okay, and in 66, 6 times, and here comes 2 times. 11 in 22, 2 times, and again 2 in 16, 8 times, 8 5s are 40. So number of revolution made by the wheel to cover 176 meter, okay, is 40 revolutions it takes. Okay, here the radius of the wheel is 0.5 meter. So the correct answer is 40, that is the D option, last option. It is clear, children. Here what I did is, here being the pi comes in the denominator, okay, it would be better to multiply this quantity with its reciprocal. Okay, 1 by pi is 7 by 22. That is why 7 comes here and 22 is here. Okay, and radius is 0.7. 0.7 means in order to convert that 0.7 as a number, multiply with it 7. So 10. So you have to multiply this numerator also with the 10. So that is how this 7 becomes 70. Understood? Now the simple calculation. Next is 16th and 17th questions. I already have solved in one of the video, that is part 2 MCQ of triangles. I prepared a separate video of the questions from triangles in sample question paper. Okay, that is part 2 of MCQ triangles. Okay, so please do watch that video. Very important questions I have solved. Okay, so don't miss that video. Okay, now we are solving the 18th question. Okay, here 4 tan B equal to 3. If 4 tan beta equal to 3, then 4 sin beta minus 3 cos beta divided by 4 sin beta plus 3 cos beta. We have to find out its value. Okay, see children, what is given in terms of tan beta? Okay, so from this, that is 4 times tan beta means you can express this in simply tan beta will be 3 by 4. 3 divided by 4. Okay, and in this question, all the ratios are in sin and cos. How can you convert this sin beta into tan and cos beta into tan? Okay, so for that children, you can easily convert this sin beta into tan if you multiply throughout this numerator and denominator with the cos, because tan theta equal to, or tan beta equal to sin beta by cos beta. Okay, I am applying this equivalent fraction idea. I am just dividing this numerator, both the terms with the cos beta. Okay, so 4 times sin beta by cos beta. So sin beta by cos beta, you can write that as tan beta. So this is equal to, that is 4 times tan beta minus, I am dividing both the terms with the cos beta. Okay, and 3 cos beta by cos beta. See children, I am dividing with the cos beta, here also with the cos beta. Sin beta by cos beta changed into tan beta minus, here cos beta can get cancelled. So 3 alone divided by, here only changes 4. So 4 into, I am again dividing with the cos beta, here also cos beta. Okay, both the numerator and denominator, both the terms should be divided with the cos beta. Okay, so here it becomes 4 times tan beta minus this cos beta get cancelled, not minus, plus. So plus 3. So tan beta's value is given as 3 by 4. Okay, just substitute here. That means this is equal to 4 into 3 by 4 minus 3 divided by, here 4 into 3 by 4 and plus 3. Concept is clear children? Okay, so here 4 get cancelled. Okay, and 3 minus 3 is 0. Okay, the 4 they are in under multiplication, so this can be cancelled. So 3 minus 3 0 divided by, here also 4 get cancelled. 3 is there, 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay, but 0 by 6 is 0. Okay, so the option A is the correct one. It is clear, this can be easily get, because here it is asked in terms of sin beta and cos beta, and what is given tan beta. Okay, in order to get this answer at the shortest time, you just apply this side, or you can apply this Pythagoras result, okay, by taking this as opposite side by adjacent side, and you will get its hypotenuse. Okay, and hence you can substitute here, and so that also you will get the answer as 0. And it's okay children. Now we are moving to the 19th question. Here one equation of a pair of dependent linear equation is minus 5x plus 7y equal to 2. The second equation can be, here we have 4 options, all are 10, 14, 4. See 10, 14, 4 are just a double, okay, 5 into 2, 7 into 2 and 2 into 2, 4. So children, here in this question, we have to find out that another equation which is satisfying both must be dependent linear equation. Dependent linear equation means that they must coincide each other. That is, the condition is A1 by A1 for coinciding equation A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. This is a condition. Okay, that is dependent solution linear equation means they have infinitely many solution. Okay, and if there is only one solution, okay, one solution and infinitely many solution, they are said to be consistent also. But precisely infinitely many solution, they are said to be dependent solution. Okay, yes. Here this is the condition. So A1 by A2, B1 by B2, these three ratio must be the same. Okay, so here the option, when you look into the option 10, 14 and 4, okay, and 10, 14 are, 10 is the double of this 5 excluding the sign, 7 it's 14 and 2 is 4. Okay, I just adding, taking this multiplying with 2, so 10x, okay, and 14y and this is equal to 4. Okay, if I am multiplying this with minus 2, let us see what happens, minus 2. Minus 2 becomes minus 2 into minus 5 plus 10. Minus 2 into plus 7, that means minus 14y. Okay, minus 2, here is already 2 into minus 2, minus 4. Can you see this option here? Yes, last option, 10x minus 14y equal to minus 4. If you look into other options, children, 10x plus, so the correct option is D. I am just explaining the first one so to see the difference. All are in terms of the coefficients are 10, 14 and 4. And how we got this answer, that is what I am going to do now. So 10x, okay, if you multiply minus 5 into minus 2, you will get to 10, okay. But you have to multiply the remaining terms also with minus 2. If you multiply this 7 with minus 2, minus 14. So that will be wrong. Okay, and second case, minus 10x. How this minus 10 comes? If you multiply with simply 2. Okay, so minus 5 into 2 is minus 10. Okay, so simply with 2, right? Okay, so and 7 into plus 7 into 2 is 14, positive 14, but there is negative 14. So that also wrong. Okay, and here again minus 10 comes. So you have to multiply with simply plus 2. Okay, so minus 10 comes, here it comes 14y, okay, but if you multiply this with 2, you will get to 4, but here this 4 comes in the LHS, okay, so it must be negative sign. So all the three will be wrong, so the correct option is D option. It is okay. Now the last question of the section A, the letter of English alphabets is chosen at random. What is the probability that it is a letter of the word mathematics? Okay, we are selecting a letter from the English alphabet. Okay, English alphabet means we know the total number of outcome is 26. Okay, we have to get the probability of, here the event is a letter of the word from the mathematics. Okay, that means we have to get the probability of getting a letter from the English alphabet, from the word mathematics. Okay. So, and for that equation, that formula is number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. Since it is from the English alphabet, total number of outcome definitely 26. Okay, when we can say that the letter is favorable to this question, okay, when we are getting that letter from this word mathematics. So it can be M. If we are getting in that lot, in that group, if we are getting M, that is favorable outcome. If we are getting A, that also favorable. So 2, T, okay, favorable, H, E is also favorable, M is repeating, so no need to consider this M as well as A. And T also we already considered, okay, and I, that is favorable, and C also favorable, S also favorable. So we can count the number of favorable letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ICS also. Okay, because here M, A and T we already have considered. Okay, it should not be repeated. Okay, so when we are getting M, when we are getting A, T, H, E, I, C, S. Okay, so the total number of favorable outcome we have seen that 8. So we can reduce fraction always, so express in least form. So 2 you can divide with 2. Okay, so 8, 2 in 8 4 times. Okay, and 2 in 26 13 times. So 4 by 13, yes, first option. Okay, so you need not consider the letters which are repeating. Okay, so that is why M, A and this T is omitted, and all the remaining 8 letters are favorable to our event in this question, that is from the word mathematics. Okay, that is its probability is 4 by 13. So children, this is all about the problems from section A. Okay, I just excluded the problems from the triangle that I already created a video, separate video of the sample questions from this year. Okay, and so please do watch that one, and all the remaining problems comes on section C. I have solved in this video. Okay, so thank you children, thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Thank you all.